Hi, we've got a beautiful sunset behind me. It is September 2nd, 2009. This video blog. This is addressed to the Christians, and I know that most Christians will probably use this in a way that is contentious. Let us think, firstly, about, what's the overall theme here? We want to think about the truth of religion, whether religion is true or false. The first objective I'd like to address is a controversial subject, and I do not renounce Christians who are dealing with this. I'm not saying you're not a Christian or you're terrible or anything like that. You know, it's the hypocritical attitude that makes me think you're not a Christian if you aren't. However, when we look at evolution, and you hear atheists and evolutionists say that religious indoctrination of children is child abuse. Let's first address an issue that we need to research, and I'm not going to go into it. That is that evolution, by definition, is disbelieved by its adherents. And once again, atheism and evolution are excuses not to believe that a God exists, or that gods exist, someone would say. Not getting down to Christianity at this point, just starting out with that. Evolutionism and atheism are there to deny God. That is the point of them. An evolutionist will, an atheistic evolutionist will say a religious indoctrination of children is child abuse. Now, whether it is appropriate to religiously indoctrinate your children or in what manner, I have a lot of problems with certain religious indoctrinations of children. However, saying it's child abuse discounts the evolutionary idea that we are behaving according to our genetics. Anytime you expect somebody to be arrested or tried for doing something wrong, anytime you expect people to act morally and expect them to change because of your input to them, that has to be a genetic quality. If we're an atheistic evolutionist or evolutionary atheist, it has to be genetically derived, in which case there is no value basis. And therefore, atheistic evolutionists who say that but deny both atheism and evolution, when they say that you acting according to your genetic coding, as they would say, is wrong, morally wrong. You understand that? And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm just giving a little bit of work with it. I know probably people will use it to argue with atheists, which is not the point whatsoever. You're not going to get anywhere by going up against a brick wall. So, to say any value is morally right or morally wrong if you are either an atheist just exclusively or an atheist evolutionist is technically wrong. It's technically wrong because it doesn't make any sense. This is not something that the people want to talk about, okay? And something that people don't deal with. The Christians don't want to deal with, and people that are not Christians don't want to deal with it. When we talk about religion, let's get down to the very base of Christianity and the height of Christianity. And theoretically a height of any religion, or could be the height of any religion. That is love, or doing what's morally right. I just got finished listening to she's something of a counselor. I think she's a doctor, but she said she got in the hard sciences. Some type of psychologist, counselor. She has training in that, I'm sure. Dr. Laura Schlesinger. And she will counsel people and say, you cannot put up with this behavior, you cannot put up with that behavior, you must behave this way, you must behave that way. And one of her mantras is, do the right thing. Be careful whom you tell the truth to. Jesus said, everyone on the side of truth listens to me. So if you speak the truth to somebody that does not listen to the truth, you are just asking for it. Okay? And people pretend, I think of someone right now, people will pretend to be for the truth when they are not. Or they don't know if Christianity is right or not. The base of Christianity, the raison d'etre of any type of morality or any religion, whether it be one or more than one, I believe it's Christianity. And that involves study. It comes down to morality. What we really get into, what we really get, plussed by or non-plussed by, is how people behave and treat us. And our life revolves around, except for money and all that stuff and houses and all that stuff, our life revolves around, our family and our friends and our relationships and how people treat us. Okay? That is what the basis and ground of Christianity. Any decent religion, and this is the purpose of religion or the purpose of morality, if you'd like to use another term for it, it's coming down to treating people right. And I'll tell you right now that this is the reason I complain so much about Christians, because they are the ones who are supposed to know better, leading people astray. So, we don't want to believe it, but what life comes down to is our relationships and how good they are, and they are destroyed by our own misbehavior and misdeeds. So when people tell you we shouldn't have religion, all that stuff, you say, well, what about morality? Is there an arbiter of morality? This is what it basically comes down to. You look at Judaism or Christianity. This may not be conclusionary, but what it comes down to is there's a standard to live by, and there's one who sets that standard. And that is the basis of Judaism. That is the basis of Christianity. That is the basis of traditional Judaism in the past. And the idea is it's transferred over to a Messianic Judaism, or Christianity is what you could call it. The basis, understanding, okay, well, what about page 543? Just look at that aspect. Treating people well, because I hear nagging from atheists. I don't listen to atheists pretty much anymore. For the most part, I don't listen to atheists. I might catch a video here and there. They nag and they nag and they nag and they nag. And what do they nag about? If God is the arbiter of God, love and of morality, and Christians and other people aren't showing it, they're nagging about the lack of God in your life. And since they don't live that way, they're not going to accept that completely. But that's the problem. It's going back and forth between the two polarities. So, when we get down to these discussions about what is the truth, when you're so cauterized in your assessment of things to where you say, this is the truth, this is a falsehood. When somebody say evolution is true because it's scientific. Well, I haven't seen somebody prove that, and I also very rarely see if anybody prove anything from Christianity. Of course, I've been through this, Morality is what we're really talking about when we're talking about, I believe, what we're really talking about, the basis. There's all this other stuff around it. The basis of Christianity, the basis of religion. That there is a standard and that we are held to that standard. And when you arm yourself, just realize whether you're atheist or Christian, I do my videos primarily for Christians, and others are welcome to watch. When we arm ourselves to the teeth with raison d'etre, when we arm ourselves to the teeth with reasonings to prove our point, just realize you got your fingers in your ears, listen, even if it's an atheist view or an evolutionary view, listen to it, that you might gain something out of it if it interests you.